Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Simi here at Simi T Stitches, and it is a new Flosstube week. In a conceited effort to make sure I do this every week, and because it is so darn hot outside, I'm not filming in my shed tonight. For two reasons. One, I didn't go out and turn on the AC so that it was cool enough to be out there, but also because it is currently 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was actually heading to bed. And I was like, I work the next 2 days. I should really get this Flosstube knocked out. And if you can't tell from the redness in my eyes, I'm super tired. So here we go. Again, everything is in no particular order. I can't tell you with any sense of certainty when I worked on these things, if you've seen them since I last worked on them. I don't think so, because I think I had a pretty good system last video of, okay, this is getting put up, this is gonna need more work, this is blah, 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 blah. And so anything I'm showing you will have been since last week, I think. Today is currently, well, technically it's Wednesday morning, but we're gonna call it Tuesday, June 27th. And so I think it's been exactly a week since I last recorded. I also had our family reunion during all this time. So I think I stitched like 80 something stitches the first day we were there. And then, which would have been Thursday. No, I didn't stitch Thursday at all. Friday I stitched a little bit, and Saturday it was just too hot. It was just ridiculously warm. We did end up coming home Saturday night, and I stitched once I got here Saturday night. So yeah. All right, let's just go through this, shall we? Okay, first and foremost, I had 2 new starts this week. I got caught up on all my main characters and all my categories. Oh, I have categories for next month. Don't let me forget. So I got caught up on all those. So I told myself, you can start something new. And my basis for starting something new is a fun little thing I'm doing with some of my friends. And it is June. And the majority of June is for Geminis. Pretty sure. I mean, I know Gemini is at least part of the month, but anyway. So we thought it would be funny. And Gemini, the symbol for Gemini is twins. So we thought it would be fun to twin with each other. And so I started things, and I have a couple more I'm hoping to get to before the end of the month. But I'm only starting things that one of my friends have already started. So they have as a current whip. So my first one, I was twinning with a friend named Lisa. And we both bought the Stitch and Button Christmas bags. Isn't it gorgeous? And it wasn't just a bag. It was like, it had 12, it was the 12 days of Christmas. So it had 12 gifts in it. And so it was the pattern, it was the fabric, it was basically everything you need to do the project, including fun accoutrement like your scissor fob, cute little floss cards, things like that. So this is the project. And so a bunch of us bought it. I think she did 60 of them. She is working on a Halloween one now. I'm super excited for. And so Lisa had this one started, and a few of us started it because she had it started. So this is Yuletide Deer. And I was like, this one is pretty small. It'd be perfect for reunion. So it's the one I started, but it was too hot to stitch most of the time. It was The morning that I started it, there was a really cool breeze, and that helped. But then this kid needed that, and that kid needed this, and I didn't get very much into it. Once I got home, I worked on it some more because my goal is to put 500 stitches into all my new starts this year. So I got my 500 stitches in on Yuletide Deer, and this was the needle minder that came with it. It's super cute. And there's my little deer. So this is 18 count Ada in the light blue that my daughter dyed for the box. So it will have beads. I have those here. Super fun. So that is Yuletide Deer. It got 500 stitches this weekend. And so it's going to go up for a little while because it's hit its yearly goal for me. The other new start, I have only gotten 400 out of the 500 that I need for a new start goal. So I'll probably be working on it again tomorrow. So you'll see it in next week's video. Also, just couldn't get myself to get to those 500 stitches tonight. And that's one of the reasons I was like, okay, I'll put this up and go to bed. Oh wait, Flosstube. So, let me pull up a picture. I may or may not have said this at some point in the last 7 years 6 or 7 years that I've been on Flosstube, but I scan all my patterns into an app because it's how I prefer to keep track of things. I like to be able to mark it off. I like to be able to erase it. There's all the things. So I scanned this one in. I just gotta find it. Apologies. It's late. Here we go. Oh, I didn't scan the cover photo. I have a solution. Hold on. Oh, I think I have it in my photos. So for this one, I am twinning with my friend Shannon. And she started last year for another friend's birthday. The Hummingbird Pixie from Bella Filipina. She is so gorgeous. Just absolutely stunning. And she's a hummingbird. For those of you that don't know, my Grams was a real big fan of hummingbirds. Honestly, she was a fan of birds in general. But I always remember her having a hummingbird feeder, her commenting on the hummingbirds, things like that. So I got a tattoo for her. And that was a hummingbird. And I did a hummingbird project for her last year. Anyways, I just kind of feel like I always need a hummingbird on the go. So this is the one I am working on now. She's absolutely gorgeous. So I am 400 stitches in. I did a center start. And this is where we're at. Pardon the mess. I'm still stitching. So this is little parts of her skirt. And this fabric I just thought was absolutely perfect for this project. This is, I'm going to butcher the name because Leslie comes up with the hardest names. I think it's Anthea, Antheia, Anthea 32 count linen. And so I think it's absolutely gorgeous. There is the name. Oh, and it's an opal because hummingbird. I don't know. So I think it's going to look really good on here. And I just got these nurges in last week. I showed you all in the video. Really like them. I may move away from Q-Snap. Not quite sure yet. Well, eventually, as my Q-Snaps wear out. Okay, so I need to work on this one some more. And it is going into, Toulouse is laying on it, my hummingbird bag. Hummingbird bag. Okay. there's that. And so this one needs to go to work with me. I'm actually going to set it in. That was a good place. Okay. So those were my 2 new starts. What else did we do this week? As always, I have a daily 100. When I am at work, it is 1 project, and when I'm at home, it's 1 of 2 projects, depending on the week. I alternate. So last week's at-home project was Mini Alice in Dolly Dream, and I thought she was only going to get the 100 stitches, but then we came home Saturday night, so I put another 100 in, and then I did 100 on Sunday because I forgot I change weeks on Sundays. It's okay. She could use the extra. So here's where we got to. So these 3 blocks, and we only have 6 blocks left to finish the page. So it is looking so good. Even better in the camera than in person. Because you know when you're this close you can see all the flaws, but there you can't. It looks great. So she is going up for this week. And that's she's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. One of the 2 full coverages that I am working on my days off. My next one is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, and so it got 100 stitches last night for Monday, and then 100 stitches tonight for Tuesday, because again I forgot to switch on Sunday. This block, the amount of confetti in that was a little crazy because of his necklace, and then this is the one I did tonight. So this one I think is pretty much nothing but black. So on Friday it should be a real quick stitch. This is by Melissa Dawn, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is called Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, and just those colors are absolutely gorgeous. So what drew my eye to it at first was the golds and the burgundies and the reds, just absolutely gorgeous. So it's gonna get put up because my cat will eat the threads if I leave it dangling, and I will work on it Friday, which is my next day off. Which I say that, but like I was off today, but I still worked. It was a whole thing. I just love having 3 jobs. Okay. So those 2 kind of stay over here because this is where I work on those, and I alternate each week. So there's no point in going out and putting them up. My last daily 100, the one I work on when I'm at work, so hasn't gotten any work this week, but got a few days last week, is Moon from, it's called Print and Record or something like that on Etsy. And it is on a 32 count Lugana in Space Oddity from Live and Die LA. It is looking super good. Getting excited. We've almost got all the words. I know this is where this one was at last week. I need to find that color. But here we go. So I look forward to working on that tomorrow, hopefully. Really depends, because my job is complete and utter chaos right now. So we shall see. All right, one of the other projects I had to work on this last week, this was for categories. It was I don't remember. Maybe the one I hadn't worked on yet this year. I think maybe that's it. So this is Stand for Freedom by Glendon Place. It was a limited edition. I don't know if you can find it now. I was not able to find it. A friend gifted this to me. So, or let me borrow it. I'm not quite sure, but either way, she's the best and I love her. And it's looking so good. This is such a gorgeous piece. I cannot wait to finish it. It's in sulky threads. It's a pack that was made specifically for this project, so I don't even know how you go about getting it. Or if you can, maybe you have to piece it out. Maybe you have to know the color, each color. I'm not sure. But absolutely gorgeous. My goal on it for this month was 500 stitches. I got to that. I think I actually ended up doing like 700 stitches on it. Just because I was at a point the night that I was working on it where I was like, I don't really need to stop. I'll just finish it. Or I'll just keep working on it. 32 count Jobelan and Proserpina. Proserpina. I don't know. Again, Leslie and her names. Difficult. Alright, and this is in my slothy bag. Slothies. But it hit its 500 for the month, so it is going up. It's only, or 700. I don't remember what I did on it, but anyway, it hasn't hit its yearly goal, which is 1,500, so it will come out again at some point. All right, then my last main character that I needed to work on was Mira Mask. My goal is to stitch 100 on her each month. I did 220 this time. So here's where she's at. This is actually called like the 6th something. I call it Mira Mask. But you can find this, I believe it's free on her website now. So I got the Team Fireball for my Stiach group of that year. She also gave us a needle minder with what the project looks like. It is on a 28 count opal Lugana in Ophelia from Under the Sea Fabrics. I'm tired and my tongue is sticky. Alright. I'm hoping to finish this one this year. And finish that stitch December. Alright. So there she is. And it'll come out next month because it comes out every month for the main characters. So I could put it up, but I'll just be pulling it out in like 3 days. So, and then one day I was at work and I have no idea why this project was in my bag other than it needed a little more work at some point. I think I thought it was one of my categories this month, but it wasn't. So that night it was the only one I had with me. Plus I think I was all caught up, except for Stand for Freedom, which had gotten misplaced for a minute. I was all caught up on main characters and categories, so I was like, I can work on whatever at this point. Let's just see how many stitches we can get into this in this night. I was working a shack at work, so I had some time to stitch. I don't remember how many I got, but we got some more porch, some grass. Not a whole lot, but that's what we got. This is, my body can't decide if it wants to sneeze or yawn. This is Haunted Mansion from Tiny Modernist. It was a stitch along years ago. I want to say 2018. I'm not sure. But I'm almost done with the house, and then you have all the stuff that's out to the side. This is on a 32 count linen in Lycan's Moon from Under the Sea Fabrics. Nice purpley gray, goes perfect with the project, Haunted Mansion, and it is in this cute Halloweeny Disney bag. It's so cute. All right. See, I do stitch on linen sometimes. I just tend to avoid it. Oh. Hey, that makes my lap empty. So, that is everything I worked on this week. I don't think it's too shabby, considering I was out of town for a couple days. So, I do have a package I wanted to open with y'all. And then I will go to bed. Go to bed. All right. This is a new type of packaging. This is for the shop, Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery on Facebook. If you're interested, going and checking out the albums and me pleasing something. Okay, so this is fun stuff. All right. First, I got Quirky Quaker chickens from Darling and Whimsy. This is part of their Quirky Quaker series. I'm absolutely in love with all of these. So one of this, I don't even know which. Okay, toasted marshmallow. So the white one is 43 by 43, and then the brown one is 45 by 45. Oh yeah, because see, this Quaker is a little bit more out there than those. So I have 3 of those going into the shop. Really wish I had a way to take notes. Anyway, next, I was really excited to get this one. This is Tortoise Tower from Plum Street Samplers. How cute are them turtles? So I have 3 of those going into the shop. Plum Street Samplers, 54 by 90, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 colors. So, and she's got a list here of all the other designs in this series. I have all except for the Bigfoot and the abdominal. I didn't get those. Abominable, not abdominal. Can't talk. Alright, so 3 of those going into the shop. Then I have the Ferret from A Year in the Woods number 5 from Cottage Garden Samplings. The heat has everything stuck together. The Ferret, I have 1 of those going into the shop. And then from A Time for All Seasons series, Beezy Spring. This is also by Cottage Garden Samplings. So the Ferret, it is 100 by 130, and it is 9 colors. And this one is 100 by 130, and it is 14 colors. 15 colors. It's colorful. Look at those sunflowers. Just all right. Not a very big haul this week, but a little something going in the shop. This next week, the new snowman comes out, so I'll probably have a little bit bigger order that week. All right. Well, that is it for me. If you are new here, I hope you found something that interests you and keeps you coming back for more. If you are a returning friend and subscriber, thank you so much for coming back week after week. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me, and I will see y'all next week.